Have you ever stopped to wonder why you feel that profound sense of clarity, strength, and even hope after a challenging workout? We were told muscles are just meat and cables, designed to move our bones from point A to point B. We were told that the only reason to build them was to look better in a mirror or to perform better on a field. But modern science has just uncovered a secret that changes everything we know about human longevity. Your skeletal muscle is not just an organ of movement, it is the organ of immortality. Every time you contract your muscles against resistance, you aren't just burning calories. You are opening the doors to an internal pharmacy and flooding your system with miracle compounds that no pharmaceutical company on earth can replicate. We are going to explore the internal pharmacy and the groundbreaking science of myokines. Please take a second to like the video and leave a comment. Engagement is a huge help to the channel. Let's start with a shift in perspective that is currently rocking the halls of medical schools worldwide. Why is skeletal muscle now considered the largest endocrine organ in the human body? For decades, we looked at the thyroid or the adrenals as the masters of our hormones. But in 2003, a visionary researcher named Dr. Bente Klarlund-Petersen discovered something world-changing. When muscles contract, they secrete specialized signaling molecules called myokines. Because skeletal muscle makes up roughly 40% of your total body mass, it has the largest capacity of any organ to influence your systemic health. As confirmed in a comprehensive 2023 review in Nature Reviews Endocrinology, your muscles are in a constant, high-level conversation with every other organ. When you lift a weight, your muscles release these chemical messengers, hundreds of them, directly into your bloodstream. They travel to your liver, your fat cells, your bones, and even deep into your brain. Your muscle is essentially a massive factory that produces the software your body needs to run its biological hardware. You aren't just working out. You're participating in a high-level corporate meeting between your muscles and your vital organs. So, if your muscles are a factory, what exactly are they shipping? How do myokines act as biological emails that tell your liver and brain to stay young? Think of myokines as sophisticated, encrypted emails. Each one carries a specific set of instructions. When your muscles are challenged, they send an email to the liver called IL-6. In the context of exercise, this isn't the bad inflammation we hear about. It's a signal that tells the liver to start burning fat and stabilizing blood sugar. But it gets even more profound. Your muscles send emails to your brain, like cathepsin B and BDNF. A landmark 2024 study published in Cell Metabolism demonstrated that these muscle-borne signals cross the blood-brain barrier and act as a neuroprotective shield. They tell your brain to grow new neurons and protect the ones you already have. This is why people with higher muscle mass have a statistically lower risk of cognitive decline. Your muscles are literally sending the update patches your brain needs to prevent its software from crashing as you age. This is one of the most exciting discoveries for metabolic health. What is the specific myokine called irisin, and how does it physically turn your white fat into brown fat? For a long time, we thought fat was just fat. But we now know there are two types. White fat stores energy. It's the fat we often want to lose. Brown fat, however, is metabolically active fat. It's packed with mitochondria and its job is to burn energy to create heat. When you engage in resistance training or intense movement, your muscles secrete a myokine called irisin. Discovered in 2012 and further validated by clinical trials in 2022, irisin travels to your white fat cells and triggers a process called browning. It literally rewires the white fat cell to act like a brown fat cell. This increases your resting metabolic rate and improves your insulin sensitivity. It is the ultimate non-stigmatizing truth. Muscle isn't about being thin. It's about having a hotter metabolic fire. Irisin is the alchemist that turns your storage into a furnace. This section is perhaps the most disruptive and hopeful of all. Why does contracting your muscles release a compound that can help eat bad cells in the bloodstream? It sounds like science fiction, but the evidence is stunning. When you exercise at a high intensity, your muscles release myokines like IL-15 and spark. These chemicals act as call-to-arms signals for your immune system, specifically for your natural killer cells or NK cells. A 2016 study, with follow-up data as recent as 2024 in Frontiers in Oncology, showed that these exercise-induced myokines don't just encourage the immune system. They physically recruit NK cells and guide them to infiltrate bad growths. They make your immune system sharper at recognizing and eliminating bad cells before they can take root. While we never claim exercise as a cure, we must recognize that a strong, active muscular system provides your body with its own internal defense department. You are releasing search and destroy signals every time you push yourself. We often treat mental health and physical health as two separate categories. But the muscle-brain axis proves that lifting weights is a biological requirement for mental health, not an option. When you are stressed or anxious, your body is flooded with a chemical called kynurenine, which can cross into the brain and cause depression and neuroinflammation. However, when you train your muscles, they produce an enzyme that mops up kynurenine in the blood, converting it into kynurenic acid, which cannot enter the brain. As stated in a 2023 psychiatric review, your muscles act as a detoxification system for your mental health. They filter out the chemical stress that would otherwise overwhelm your mind. Furthermore, the surge of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, released during lifting is essentially Miracle-Gro for your mood and cognitive resilience. You aren't clearing your head at the gym. You are chemically shielding your brain from the stresses of modern life. We have discussed the magic of active muscle, but we must also look at the shadow side. Why do sedentary muscles begin to secrete inflammatory signals instead of healing ones? Muscle is a use it or lose it organ, but it's more than that. When your muscles sit idle for too long, they don't just go quiet, they turn against you. They begin to secrete pro-inflammatory cytokines and a molecule called myostatin, which suppresses growth and promotes fat storage. This creates a state of chronic low-grade inflammation that drives almost every modern disease, from heart disease to Alzheimer's. A 2025 study on the sarcopenic profile highlighted that inactive muscle is a primary driver of metabolic syndrome. When you don't move, your internal pharmacy closes its doors and the waste begins to pile up. Your muscles switch from being your greatest protector to being a source of systemic stress. The shuffler or the slumped posture isn't just a sign of age, it's a sign of an endocrine system that has been silenced. So, how do we flip the switch? What is the minimum effective dose of tension needed to trigger a full-body myokine flood? The good news is that you don't need to live in the gym. But you do need mechanical tension. Light, easy movement is great for circulation, but to trigger the internal pharmacy, you must challenge the muscle. You have to send the signal that the status quo is no longer enough. Research from the Journal of Applied Physiology suggests that as little as 2 sessions of full-body resistance training per week, focusing on reaching a state of near failure, is enough to keep the myokine pathways active. You need to lift a weight that is heavy enough that those last 2 or 3 repetitions feel difficult. That struggle is the exact moment the emails are sent. That is the moment the irisin, the BDNF, and the immune signals are released. Aim for compound movements, squats, pushes, and pulls, that engage the most muscle mass in the shortest amount of time. That is your biological prescription for immortality. Here is the doctor's verdict: unlock your full potential. We have spent so long looking at our bodies as something to be fixed, shrunk, or sculpted for others to see. But I hope today you see the truth. Your body is a brilliant, self-healing masterpiece, and your muscles are the key to unlocking its full potential. You aren't just building a bicep, you are building a shield. You aren't just squatting for legs, You are squatting for your brain, your liver, and your immune system. You hold the keys to the most advanced pharmacy in the world, and you don't need a prescription to access it. You just need to move. I want to hear from you. Has movement ever changed your mental health? What's one way you're going to challenge your muscles this week? Let's start the conversation in the comments below. Stay resilient, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one. Watch this video suggestion, it was especially picked for you. Please share, comment, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you, it helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos and keep growing.